So for today, we're going to have one of the last chats on this channel about the Sony ZV-E10. While this camera is incredible, there's also some problems with the camera that I want you to know about before you consider buying it. I bought this camera mainly because I'm going to use it right here, mounted on the wall as a top-down camera. There's several reasons why I bought this camera for this particular thing. The main reason is that this is one of the cheapest cameras from Sony with the incredible autofocus. And this leads me to the best features about the Sony ZV-E10 that you need to know about. This has incredible autofocus. This has the state-of-the-art, some of the newest autofocus from Sony, which is the company that is mainly maybe considered the best company for autofocus in the world. So it has one of the newest and best autofocus engines from one of the best companies at autofocus in the world. This shoots 4K, just as it says right here. But as most cameras are doing it, they are going to crop in when you are shooting 4K. As far as I can see, this does not crop in when you shoot 4K, so it has no crop, 4K and a 1080p. That's really good for shooting video. This is mainly a video camera. As far as I know, it's considered for vloggers. To my knowledge and to my research, the ZV is for Generation C, like Generation Z, the generation that likes to vlog and make TikToks, and V is for vlogging. So this is a camera that's designed for vloggers, TikTokers, for YouTubers in mind. And for that, it's an incredible camera. The price is incredibly low. It's listed at about $800. But I only paid under $600 before taxes for mine in Denmark, and I think maybe you can also buy it locally, not on Amazon, at a better price in a local camera store. It has a built-in microphone up top here, which is one of the best features I like. I really would have liked that to be on my expensive Sony A7 IV camera, because this built-in microphone that sits right here is actually so good that it's usable. So when you are out and about and recording videos, this microphone is good enough if you just do some post-processing. But even this microphone right here needs post-processing to be the best. And all in all, it also has some great auto features. So let's say you're not an expert and you want to just start vlogging or start making videos, which this camera is designed for. All of the auto features will just make great videos for you. So you can just start by turning the camera around and start vlogging with the camera. And when you turn it around, there's even a button right here on the top to blur the background. So if you don't have any clue on how to set the settings so the background is blurred, just as you're seeing right now with my hand and the background in focus like this, this has a built-in feature for that, so you don't even have to know any of the settings. But there are tiny problems with this camera, and when I say tiny, it's quite related to the problem. I like the size of the camera. The cameras, in my opinion, should be as small as they can ever be. But with that said, the handle on this camera is too small. When I put it on a lens like this one, this is the 16mm from Sigma, which is maybe one of the most popular lenses to use because it's so wide and it's so fast at 1.4 aperture. If I put this on this camera, as you can see here, this weighs more than the camera, which front loads the weight like this. And it makes me not trust my grip on this. It's simply too small. And I can't tell you this, maybe you can't see it, but I have tiny grown man hands. I maybe have the tiniest hands that you can ever get. Some of you, most of you, will have longer fingers and even bigger hands than me. And this is just too small to grip. You're going to lose it like this. This, although, can be fixed with some very expensive Peak Design hand wrap like this one around your camera. Something that I'm also missing is a viewfinder. A viewfinder is this one on the camera, but it's mostly for when you want to record others or when you want to take photos. And this camera is designed for vlogging in mind. Compared to the A6600, this have a tiny handle, and the A6600 and the A7 IV has a full handle. And on both these cameras, there is a bigger battery. This battery lasts forever, and on my A7 IV I brought it on a 10 days vacation and I never charged it once. I took photos with it every day. I didn't record any video, but I took photos every day and I didn't charge it once. It is held up, I think it's about rated for 2 or 3 hours. This battery in this one, this tiny battery in here, because the handle is smaller, the battery is smaller, and I feel like this battery is close to the other battery in size, but it does not perform as well as these two cameras do. So I would have liked this to be like just to fill out the grip in my fingers, because this is a saved space that has of no use to anyone, because it's not because the camera profile is going to get smaller, because you're going to put on a lens anyway. So I think this is a waste of saving space in the camera. But another good thing, this camera, the A6000 series, has the notorious problem of flipping the screen up, and this has, as you might expect, a fully flip screen, so you can vlog with it, which is so great. So as you can see, there is tiny small problems. And one problem that I'm also facing right now is that I'm not the best at exposing in camera. And when I'm shooting log footage on this camera, which the camera is not really designed to do, but if I'm shooting log footage, I get grainy footage compared to other cameras, because it is an 8-bit recording. But I feel like, and I can't really prove this, I feel like it's less grainy if you shoot 1080p than 4K. And I tried googling this, and it should something with the pixel to noise ratio or something. I don't really know, but it feels like it's sharper in 1080p. And for most of you going around vlogging, 1080p is more than enough. And then you can also crank it up to shoot slow motion and all the things you want to do with it. If I need to find other things that I don't like about the camera, it is that I think that the screen, it doesn't really show the real image, so I can't really see what I'm getting. When I see something on the screen, it's not the same when I put it on my monitor on my computer. I think the A7 IV and the A6600 is just better at actually showing on the screen what it is I'm actually recording, but it's a tiny thing. The only thing that makes this a problem is that it only has this screen and no viewfinder. And if I'm aimed to find another problem here, is that just all Sony menu systems suck. They are not really good, especially if you're coming from Blackmagic cameras. These Sony cameras need an overhaul in their user experience. If you want to learn more about these cameras, I have 2 videos right here. One is where I compare it to the A7 IV and actually think that this is a better purchase for you. And the other one is how you can get cinematic footage if you put on a cinema lens with the camera. Thank you for watching.